3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run.
On the double. Pilot, 64, weak.
You're not ready. You're not ready. He's coming.
Off play action. Wolf going up top. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Mike, check out. 675.
It's just me and you.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Check out. 540.
Man left, man left. 3 down, 3 down.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? As an inside linebacker, got to be a little bit more poised.
No doubt about it, because they get a little bit of flexibility, especially when they're trying to stuff a gap. You know, we get that double A gap look. This time he got too eager and got too deep into the backfield.
To throw on 2nd down is Love. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Bravo.
56, the mic, boy. 56. Check 56. Oh, here we go.
Throwing on 3rd down. Love. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
10 yards, good for a giant first down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. The last play on the completion got him half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Wolf. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First due.
And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off by Dante Fowler. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Off the bootleg. Wolf under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Looking to throw. Wolf. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Wolf firing quickly here, and that's complete. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. You go tight.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the 2nd quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Watch twist.
Hey, exit.
50.
Let it go.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Forced, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jonathan Allen and the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Love. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
12. Hey, echo.
Back to throw, Love. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, fighting his way into the backfield.
Hey, Wahoo!
56 to Mike. 56 is to Mike. Let's go, 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
3rd and long. It's Love. And he's going to go down again. Jerry Tillery in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this foot. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Rasul Douglas picks it, and they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Love. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Mecole Hardman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 21-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
General West, 60 yards.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up third
Five.
On third down, Wolf. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3-and-out. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Second and long. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Look at me, zipper.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Wolf, he's going to launch this thing way down. That's caught inside the 20. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He completes this one to Mack. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
at the 18-yard line.
Check, 55 to Mike.
Here's 2nd and 8. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Miles Boykin, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point right down the middle, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Check 52 to Mike. Check 52 to Mike.
Throwing is Love. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
11 B.
Hey, Haywood.
No, check that. We got Mike 52 right here.
Luck now to throw. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing to start the drive. Wolf. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Wolf. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Screen. Watch the screen. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Let's go.
A final shot before break. Wolf. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
We got to come on 7, so let's keep it going.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well.
Offensively, we're not, still not.
For the second half.
Still not running good offense, but it's ugly offense. The offense is ugly, man. I ain't never had no ugly offense, man. Except these last 2 years, it's been brutal for a brother.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. doesn't do much at all.
Play good defense and offense, bro.
This is a game where these drives really start to matter. They got to make some moves.
To throw on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Fowler, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. They'll try and throw for it here. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on fourth down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
See how they respond now. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or do you just throw that out?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, it totally didn't affect me. It's just going to be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. First down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They go to Johnson again. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the gun on third down, completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Johnson. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Block on third down. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Kenny Clark has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 17. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers. right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jonathan Allen, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
That's complete to Slayton. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4.
Watch the twins. Watch the twins. Mike, 55. Right now. Mike, 55. Mike, 55.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Wolf, catch made by Slayton. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Look at me. Go. Hey, box drop. Go.
On 4th down, Wolf. And now here's another interception. Picked off around the 37. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as we get this only back to the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Throwing after the interception. Wolf, that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 6. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're another 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time? Hopefully with a chance to win.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. 2nd and 14. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? You don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Jonathan Allen in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. On 4th down, Wolf. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 39. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means you're receiving.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will extend this big lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. They go play action here on first down. They'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. Give him a couple on the catch at 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Now he will have a first down here at about the 40. They get the first. The decision to run on third and medium winds up being a good one. Off play action. Wolf. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here. It's still down big. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead is down to 24. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Johnson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. This one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows, you may meet up with this team again.
And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 22. And they're going to take over speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts, and in none of them.
And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Luck going to throw it. He's going to fire one deep over, and Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off at the 38. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
He's got to figure something out because the current formula's not working. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Wolf. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Wolf. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. On 4th down, Wolf. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now there's one timeout remaining. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. That one looks like he'll throw here. They'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. What were they clicking on offense?
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean,
Still got a chance at the Super Bowl, 7-6.
Continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can follow this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Minnesota, they move back over.